Imagine just like
the slob knobbler 2000.
It'll slob your knob for $2,000. I mean, it'll slob your knob 2,000. Fuck. All right, take 30.
The elastic waistband, capable of stretching his dick into many shapes and forms. I can finally touch my toes.
Wouldn't it have been funnier if they gave Patrick, the fat guy, the speed power?
Yeah. Like, you could just like. I always thought like there should be a superhero who could literally just like take his sheer fat and just showing that bitch in a direction and just have it launch at like I'm talking like Flash level speeds, Dennis. I mean, like he's able to just take his sheer girth and go so fast that he can just use his like fucking like beer like American beer gut and send him to another dimension.
I always imagine though if like if a fat superhero or if a fat guy had a speed superpower that literally doing like because you know you're not a speed superhero unless you could do one lap around the world in like 10 seconds. But like I'm imagining like him just doing that one lap will just get him so fucking like Michael Phelps ripped or something. Like I always just imagine like because like you know Flash we never really see him like underneath it all. But I always imagine like he's probably toned as fuck. Yeah. So it's like if some guy, let's say like a 500-pound fat fuck, like they basically got superpowers and like, you know, it's like, oh, you got super speed. And he's like, wait, so I could go really fast. He's like, yeah. So he's like, okay, let me just test this out. And he goes like, phew. And then he just comes back right where he was at. And he's just like this like Zac Efron looking ass motherfucker. So and he's just like everyone thought he was gonna like have like 10 more days to live because he's so fucking fat, but like
Zac Efron looking motherfucker.
And, like now he's like looks like Zac Efron. He gets like all the bitches and shit. But I'd always thought too like if you wait.
Before you go on that note, hi everybody, welcome to the Double D experience.
Welcome to the Justice League.
Sometimes
where we slob
sometimes playing basketball, sometimes in the musical, but always in this together. You like that one,
no,
Denise?
No, I did not.
No, I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop till I get my shot. That was me walking up to the fucking mega site back in like April at the Metal Lab. When I was trying to get my vaccine. I'm not gonna stop till I get my shot. And that's who I am. That is my plan. I'll end up on top. You can bet on it. Ow, my fucking wrist. I hit it on the desk, Dennis.
And also, everyone, like, this is a true story. Everyone else at that mall all broke out into song and dance as soon as David started to break out into song and dance. It's a true story. True story.
I was about to say, like, did everybody just break into song and dance when they got their vaccines? Because, like, that would have been a lot cooler. You know, you got the army dudes in the corner and shit like that. That made me feel like I was in a fucking sci-fi movie. But nah, this was real. Was living through history, waiting at like a fucking football stadium to get my vaccine for a new deadly virus that was brought upon us by some fucking bat bitch in China. And, yeah, that would have been way cooler if we all just like High School Musicaled it up right there. There's got to be somewhere that did like a flash mob, right? Like as soon as after they got their vaccines, they just did a flash mob. They all just ripped their masks off like immediately and they started dancing. None of their dumbasses not realizing that their fucking immunity doesn't kick in until 2 weeks later. And then they all got COVID together in the beds, hospital, ICU with the beta.
I like to imagine too, like the nurses or the doctors that are at the like the Walgreens or whatever, like at the place where all these people are like breaking out into song and dance. It's like, hey, put your fucking masks on. You're still in a goddamn pharmacy. It's like, oh, sorry. It completely like diffuses like their good times. It's just like, shit, the fuck are you doing? You could do that. Take that shit outside if you're gonna do that. But also, it's like you have to stay there for 30 minutes. So it's like, well, fuck. Like, what am I gonna do now? Like, like literally, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, my happiness knows no bounds right now. You know, it's like
I can fuck again Finally, 2020 forced me to be a fucking incel. I know how those pricks think now. I made 4 Reddit accounts.
That's also low-key.
4.
It is what isolation does to you.
Yeah, it fucks you up. It really.
I always just think too, like, you know, it's like Heath Ledger's whole when he was the Joker, before he did, he, you know, everyone knew about like how he basically was going into like just deep isolation in his hotel room. Like he was really getting into the part and all that.
Yeah.
And I'm like thinking now, like, you know, because obviously none of us have ever been in there, and it's like a very obviously dark place to be in, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what the fuck are the conversations you have in your brain? It's like, hey, yo, like, we should make a paper about the multiple reasons why cheese is amazing. It's like, like we should. We should write about the sound of cheese.
What I would actually. Dennis, what the fuck are you talking about
like,
right now?
I feel terrible for saying this, but it's like, you know, Christopher Nolan, he probably cracked his like Heath Ledger's door one day and just like kind of peeked in. No lights were on, the blinds were closed and everything, and all you just hear is like from like the distant corner of the fucking hotel room, he's just like, my father loved drinking. It's like not even actually the lines, but like Heath Ledger's just like getting really into it, and it's just like Christopher Nolan's like, I bet you, I don't know if that information's ever gonna come out, because like we only know a bit about, we just know what he was doing in there and how he was like, and I think we've seen a couple of behind the scenes too of him, like when he was in character and in makeup, but like I really wonder if they're ever gonna like Nolan or whoever is gonna like spill the beans as to like, you know, how it was actually like, because I always thought like the reports we got of it was kind of like, you know, not really enough, I guess I should say.
I've never read anything like that, but to be honest, Dennis, I mean, I imagine that it's kind of like forgetting how to do anything else. If you catch my drift, like say you go through like a breakup or something like that, and then a global pandemic happens, right? Honest to God, if you go long enough without like having sex, there is a part of you that kind of forgets what it feels like.
There's also a part of you that wants you, that makes you want to blow up a bus full of school children. You know what I mean?
That's where the isolation factor kicks in. Yes, but I imagine it's like forgetting how to do anything else. Like, I used to be professional, the gamer. I used to be a professional Fortnite player, and the guy doesn't play Fortnite for like a decade or whatever, and then when he comes back, he sucks. You know, the meta. Well, that's different. I mean, that involves a meta. It's not a 1-to-1 comparison, but you know what I mean. Just like anything else, like you'll start making up scenarios in your head, but that's before like the lunacy of like writing essays on cheese kicks in. You know what I mean? Like you'll make up like scenarios in your head, but eventually you'll literally like go so long in isolation that your social skills will literally drain. Like you'll have a hard time talking to people maybe at first, but that's the beauty of the human mind, is that you'll remember how to do something. It's kind of like riding a bike. Like you'll come back so quickly just because it's like conversation in that sense. I don't know. I've never isolated myself for that long. I mean, thankfully I wasn't completely alone throughout the pandemic. I still, I don't, probably not for too much longer, but I still live at home with my folks. Thank God I was with them and my sister and my grandmother, you know, throughout like most of the pandemic, and my dog and stuff like that. Yeah, I got fucking sick of them. But, you know, like it would have been so much worse if I was alone. Are you kidding? Like, so honestly, yeah, I how long did he isolate himself, Heath Ledger?
I think it was months, actually.
Jesus Christ.
Like, he was really serious about the role. And
how'd he eat?
I think I don't know. That's the thing. Like, there's a lot about it that we really don't know as far as his isolation went. Like, he
didn't even go buy food, right? He literally just was in that room.
Yeah, like I always just imagine, like, you know, obviously most movie sets and crews, like, they always have like catering, so it's like they probably just dropped off some stuff like at his hotel room and just like, you know, okay, like we'll just leave now, like Uber Eats before Uber Eats. And
housekeeping.
He's like, my father was Hispanic.
Leave the burger on the stove.
Hola.
Oh my lord!
Like you just
It's not about the party. It's about sending a message.
It's not about the chicharron. It's about sending a message.
I'm gonna add some of my own paprika to this. It really gives it a little push.
I'm gonna make this burrito disappear.
Nom.
Ta-da! See, it's gone.
It's gone. They just model off the lines off his lunacy. But yeah, Heath Ledger, you want to talk about dedication, man? God rest his soul, man. He took it too far. He really did.
No, but he took it too far. But then it's also on I think not on everyone else, but at least I don't know if Nolan really has it as a skeleton in his closet at this point.
I have no idea how much he even knows. You know what I mean, or how involved in that he was. I mean,
he's the director. Like the directors have to talk to their actors.
I mean, of course, yes, but like at the same time, you got to talk to your directors. I mean, and I guess in one way, like Nolan was his boss in that kind of sense. I don't know the complete logistics as to how a film, that AAA works.
Mm-hmm.
But would Chris Nolan just be able to say? I mean, I guess he can. He could have just cut ties with them to say no. So now that you mention it, I'm trying to think about it from like every logistical perspective. Not that I'm like a filmmaker or a professional filmmaker or anything like that. But you're absolutely right. He not only had to have known, he was probably okay with it. He was probably told by like Ledger's
because he was getting gold
or whatever that like
he was getting gold from every scene that they were shooting. Literally,
yeah, of course.
Like,
yeah,
that's why. Like, at the very least, like, it's again, it really is a double-edged sword. Like when we talk about it, I didn't think we were gonna be going into Heath Ledger today, but
neither did I. But I mean,
it's still I don't know. It's like I will admit, like we talked about it before and everything, but like the more I think about it, it's like definitely a part of at least filmmaking history that like or even acting history that like we don't really have too many details about, other than the fact that he just took it too far and it ended up killing him. And I believe he was also taking meds as well up to that point. As I think during filming and a little bit afterwards, like it really fucked him up after The Dark Knight, and it was definitely one of those times. And he's not the only other example now that I think about it, because like, I mean, Robin Williams, as well as everyone knows, he was always known for very zany, wacky kind of roles. Like, we've always seen him as very lively, energetic, and just full of life. Most of the roles that at least that we've seen. Obviously, everyone remembers the genie from Aladdin, but
he also had genuine dementia.
Yeah.
Like Lewy body dementia, to be precise, actually.
Was it only that? I could have sworn he also had was it like depression?
I could be wrong about this, but I think he might have been diagnosed with some type of Parkinson's, but I can't confirm that.
Parkinson's, really?
I think that might have something to do like with the dementia. Yeah.
That could
I think it was like dementia that was like brought on by the thing. It says here that Lewy body dementia is a term used for both Parkinson's disease dementia and Lewy body dementia. They have some things in common, but their progression and treatment are different. While many people with Parkinson's can experience cognitive changes, it's important to know that not everyone with Parkinson's will develop dementia. When we see more severe cognitive changes, particularly when they affect someone's function or ability to act independently for activities of daily living, their work or hobbies, we think of that as being a form of dementia. With Parkinson's dementia, the motor symptoms precede the dementia. In dementia with Lewy body, the initial core symptom is dementia. Cognitive changes are early in motor features. If present, occur either after the onset of dementia or concurrently. So it was reported that he'd been experiencing like paranoia and confusion and insomnia, constipation, and apparently even lacking the ability to smell. Says for many, the wide range of early symptoms, not all related to brain function, makes Lewy body dementia difficult to diagnose. So, and I think that's what brought on his depression, I guess. I don't really know. Okay. Apparently there's like treatments and even developing treatments for it and stuff like that, but still, like, I guess that's what part of brought it on. I mean, obviously the dude was manic.
Oh yeah. And
but like he just took advantage of his manic nature and didn't see it as a disability. My man was like fucking Toph, from Avatar.
No, but the thing is,
Like,
though,
that bitch was blind, but like they never treated it like a disability, because she still sees just in her own way. That was one of the beautiful things about that show. And Robin Williams, I mean, whether he knew it or not, I mean, he definitely took advantage of some of the most unique things about him that made him the legend that he was.
And I even remember like this is also just another reason why like I kind of like looking at Hollywood as an institution, like it is honestly up there with like I mean maybe not that bad. Like I was about to compare Hollywood to like Ghislaine Maxwell and fucking Epstein, but I think at the very least like it's just like the what do you call it? The not the starving artist, but it like kind of like the themes we've seen in Black Swan and also in
method acting.
Yeah, and in Whiplash. Like how like at least the artists just like they do anything and everything that they can to like basically like be the best, be the top, like be
they
like,
actually try to act like the person that they are actually going to be and be that person in real life. Like, oh, I'm playing this horrible teacher. So I'll just fucking sign up for a job at like this high school and berate the shit out of my students.
Method acting.
There we go. That's method.
That's acting right there.
It's method acting. Like you're fucking crazy, but it's method acting, and sometimes it works. But I guess people like Heath Ledger took it too far. But yeah, continue.
No, and it was just like going back to Christopher Nolan too. Like again, like I don't know exactly the full story as to like the extent of how much he knew what the fuck was going on. But it always just made me wonder though. It's like I think any person on set could have seen that like there is something really wrong like with him. Like every scene that we're shooting right now is absolute gold. Yes. And this movie is basically like to be fair again in Dark Knight, like everyone loves the Joker in that movie more than Batman. We couldn't give a fuck about Batman really. Like now that I'm really thinking about it too, it's like I almost wanted the Joker to win. Just because of at least like for one how charismatic at least the character is and also how well Heath Ledger played him. And just at least like again every single scene that he is in, Heath Ledger's Joker, every scene that he is in, it's just straight up cinematic gold. And just also pertains to at least how good the script was too. But like it doesn't change the fact that at least like he straight up like like we don't he's not in this world anymore, and it's like and it is a product of like at least how far he took like the job. And I mean again like he was also playing the Joker, who as far as iconic characters go, like he's up there like among the greats obviously in fiction. And I also noticed too, like every person that's ever played the Joker, throughout the years at least, like all tried to put their own spin on it. Like Jared Leto for his for that whole Harley Quinn era, like Joker, like everyone saw like the spin that he took on that.
Yeah, he tried to make the Joker like a fucking pimp or something.
Yeah, like like a low life gangster. And we saw obviously, and everyone knows like Mark Hamill's, who obviously as iconic goes, like there's like Heath Ledger's is one below Mark Hamill's just because at least like Mark Hamill is like the Joker that everyone grew up with, and nostalgia is definitely on his side on that whole ranking. And did we have there was the I will admit this,
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson, yes. Who I didn't grow up with the Tim Burton Batman movie, but the few times that I mean, it was out of our. Was it out of our lifetimes?
I don't know. I've never seen that shit, man. It's got George Clooney running around in his underpants.
Oh, it's not George Clooney. It's Michael Keaton.
The Tim Burton one?
Yep.
I thought the George Clooney one was the Tim Burton one.
There was two of those era movies that Michael Keaton was Batman.
Yeah.
And then after that, they think they switched it to George Clooney. I believe. Allegedly.
Ooh.
And yeah, it was. Here's the thing. Jack Nicholson himself, I always thought, like, this is very terrible to say, and I just thought of it in my head, like, because he is also known as, like, definitely one of the greatest actors in our history, like, in this life, really, for his, like, the time that he has been in the industry, and for Heath Ledger too, like, he was fairly young when he passed. He was like, I don't know, I think just a little bit past 30. Nicholson's like, in his probably his 70s or 80s. Like, I could have, like, I honestly thought I was gonna see him in The Irishman because of how like I think he would have fucking been great in a Scorsese film. I don't know if he's ever been in one, but I almost think too, like,
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. Which one was it?
The Departed.
Oh fuck yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Departed. Very prominent role.
Why isn't he in more then? I would love, like, I don't know. I want to see him, like, I don't know, like, just imagine.
Why are you asking me? You sound like the fuck. Never mind.
Like,
go on.
Obviously, because you work with Scorsese, David. That's why I'm asking you.
I was gonna make an analogy to my actual day-to-day life, Dennis. All right, like, there was this one fucking Target.
Everyone knows that you suck Scorsese's dick under the table because that's what you're paid for, David. Everyone knows. All right.
That's you.
No,
That's literally you. What are you talking about?
I wash the balls. You suck. Literally.
What? What do you know? But
Guys,
you've seen more Scorsese films than me. Let's be honest right now, all right? No. Everybody, this is important.
Okay, all right, okay. Hold on.
Look, we gotta go. No.
I'm gonna pull up a list. I'm gonna pull up.
Pull up the list right now, motherfucker, and we'll see who's like.
Scorsese films.
We'll see who's fucking. I mean, my throat hurts. Don't get me wrong. We talked about this beforehand, but it's definitely not from like any particular Scorsese cock.
Okay, so are we starting from all the way from 67? Because I've never seen any of those.
I mean.
I will be honest. Before
we could just rush through those. To be honest, just be like whatever shitty films he made before he blew up. Be like, all right, Uber driver. No, haven't seen it.
The thing was though, he was obviously director. He was director for all of them, but he was only writer.
Tony Wacanoli's. No, haven't seen that.
Tony Cannolis. No, I never seen it.
Forget about it. The feature film. No.
Listen to me, you Jew motherfucker, you. The movie. Wait, so he was writer for only
Jew Hater 9000. No, I have not seen Jew Hater 9000.
Hold on, wait.
Who is still letting this guy make movies?
This is honestly like some real funny shit. I've seen in 1993, he directed The Age of Innocence. I don't remember that movie.
Never heard of it.
But he directed it and he was writing it as well, and he was co-written with a guy named Jay Cox.
Oh, dude, I'm like fucking 5. I laughed at that like immediately. Oh my lord! All right, well, good for him. I mean, like one of his earlier films, I've never heard of it.
Okay, so next. Casino, we've seen it, obviously.
I actually haven't seen Casino.
You are a terrible film buff, then, David.
I've never fucking said I was a film buff.
But you know movies.
Was not the initial factor of this conversation as to who is particularly on the Scorsese cock. It's you.
David.
What?
Hold up.
What?
Time out for a second.
What?
Don't let my ignorance anger you. This is how you let them win.
I'm letting my ignorance anger you because I'm the one who hasn't seen the movie.
I'm not the one literally raising his voice right now, though.
I am.
All right, so Gangs of New York.
All right.
So Gangs of New York. Oh, he actually did Shutter Island. I did not know that.
I actually haven't seen Gangs of New York in its entirety.
But we all know some of the quotes from the movie. Yeah, like, it's a very iconic movie as far as that whole thing goes.
Yeah.
But Shutter Island, we remember it, right? We remember Shutter Island. We know Leonardo DiCaprio being low-key crazy and probably questioning his entire existence. What's going on?
I've never seen Shutter Island.
You know, David, it was not so long ago that you literally told me that, oh, Dennis, we should make a movie-style podcast in the same vein as Double D.
That was your idea.
How in the fuck?
That was your idea.
Are we gonna do Double D Goes to the Movies if you don't even watch movies.
All right, well, hold on a second. I got a pretty good movie that I've seen recently. Hold on a second. Let me look this. Hold on. I actually do got a pretty good movie I've seen recently.
If you say Clifford the Big Red Dog, the movie, I will literally cut you.
I have not seen the Clifford movie, not yet. Hold on a second.
My girlfriend's family actually went to go watch it, and they're like, "That's pretty good." I'm like,
oh yeah.
I mean, but also like, what are you gonna make a movie out of Clifford though? Like, what he gets kidnapped, and then like the kidnappers realize, like, oh shit, he could actually turn very big. This is probably gonna end us and like end our lives. Like, he's probably gonna kill us. Like, he's probably gonna step on us and kill us.
He fucking step on me. All right, hold on a second. I actually do got a pretty good movie. No, what the fuck that? Why can I not remember the name of this? Okay, but yeah, I don't know, man, alright? Like, I thought this whole discussion was to who's deeper on the Scorsese cock, and evidently it's you. Obviously, the conversation seems to have backfired in my direction and goes to show that I'm very ignorant when it comes to movies. I've seen fucking Goodfellas, obviously.
He directed Boardwalk Empire, too. It's still one of my most favorite series.
My sister watched that show.
It's a really fun series.
I was kind of young, I guess. I've never seen it.
I think you'd like it because it takes place in that era that you really like.
Dennis, oh my lord, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put this fucking picture on screen right now, too, dude. I was literally just scrolling through these images right now, and I found that fucking picture of Martin Scorsese quote. It says, "What the fuck?"
Wait. Did you send it?
Yeah, here you go. This is a gobble the ghoul. That's like his reaction to me apparently not having seen most of his movies. Just, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Nah, he's like, hey, what the fuck? David, I thought we were friends. I came to your house for Christmas.
We broke bread together.
And now you broke my heart.
You broke my heart, Fredo. I mean, that's not Scorsese, but, you know. This conversation did not go the way that I wanted it to.
No, this thing derailed, like, real quick.
it honestly did, but, I mean, I'm down. Let's watch some of these, movies.
I mean, Goodfellas you've seen, obviously.
Yes. Obviously.
Casino is one that I would definitely recommend to you. It's got the same kind of vibes from Goodfellas, but it does a lot of things differently as far as, like, let's say a mob movie goes. The Departed, I don't remember it. I remember seeing clips of it one time when my dad decided to rent it.
Yeah, that I've actually seen, funny enough.
Back when, Blockbuster was still a fucking thing.
Blockbuster.
Oh my god, I can't believe you remember that bit. It's like, welcome to Blockbuster.
Of course I remember Blockbuster. Are you kidding me?
I wish Amanda's show and that whole bit was still around, so like fucking Borat could have like made a cameo in there. It's like, my people, I see you've done great things here in America since moving from Kazakhstan.
Music go bing bong bing ding dong ding. Okay, I guess I'll pull you got anything more to say about Scorsese? Because I actually do have another topic that we could laugh about for a while.
Other than that, he is a great director, and I kind of low-key agree with him as far as his opinions were on Marvel movies or superhero movies in general. Like,
yeah, people took that the wrong way when he said he called them not cinema, because I agree. I stopped watching Marvel movies at like fucking Civil War because I got bored. Yeah. It's literally the same movie every time.
But that wasn't
it just got boring.
But that's not what he was like going on about. It was also just that at least I think anyone who's not too biased at the very least can at least agree that Marvel movies are a little bit more than cinema in the sense that they're very much more so, I will agree with him on this, definitely spectacles more than anything else. And like, here's the thing though too, like a Marvel movie is still a movie. No one's taking that away from it, but at the very least, it's like, because it's got scripts, it's got actors, it's got effects and all that. Like, yeah, it's got all that, but it's like no one's gonna be ever comparing fucking The Irishman to fucking Endgame. Like, no one's ever gonna do that and actually get a
Yeah.
productive argument about it. It's two different things. It's like all he was essentially saying. And plus, also, he's an old fuck. Okay, he's not really gonna have a filter with this shit. And not to mention, he's been making movies since '67. So obviously, he knows what the fuck he's talking about. At the very least, like I'm gonna at least give him the pass on that, if nothing else, just because at least like it's fucking Scorsese.
Yeah.
Like, how you
And
gonna
honestly,
argue with Spielberg too? Like, you're gonna have an argument with him as to what the fuck a movie is?
Yeah. Somebody paid me enough to do it.
If someone paid you,
I'm kidding.
if someone paid you enough to kick Steven Spielberg in the balls, would you do it?
I don't think that would be worth the lawsuits, Dennis. So no.
No, but if you have if you have a mask and like they're not gonna know who you were before, like later on after Spielberg dies of his balls exploding from your massive boot to the nuts.
I mean, he would probably deserve it for War of the Worlds.
Was that movie really that bad to you?
It was shitty. It stars Tom Cruise, first of all. Second, it just looked like some like weird sellout bullshit that that Michael Bay would direct or something like that. Like, the movie didn't have the sustenance of like a Spielberg film normally. By the way, the whole joke I was trying to fucking make was because I was looking for this fucking hentai movie, being like, yeah, I've seen this, and I was gonna send it to Dennis and being like, yeah, let's have a discussion about this on the Double D Goes to the Movies, the D's Go to the Movies podcast. But I couldn't fucking find it no matter what, because the Twitter page that had it apparently got suspended. So I've been looking this whole time trying to find this fucking big titty MILF hentai, and I can't find it no matter what I do. And as a result, it's creating the worst product I've ever made. I can't fucking feel myself, man. Honest to God, Dennis, this conversation is literally like the day I had yesterday. I went into this fucking Target.
Mm-hmm.
I am the Nintendo rep. It is my job to fucking bring the fucking controllers out and put them on the goddamn table. Yes. I mean, the shelf, whatever. Yes. Fucking, the manager at this particular Target is such a awesome, sweet man. A really great dude. And he runs that Target tech. Mm-hmm. And I could tell that from the way that some of the other employees were acting there. But now, I went to visit it yesterday, and I guess this is a little story time with David real quick. He was out. I don't know if he was sick or what have you, but he was out that day. And if I could tell you guys that this fucking particular Target tech section fell the fuck apart without this man, I would tell you to go fuck yourself 6 ways from Sunday. Dennis, it was the most annoying shit. Cause literally there was like a line of like 30 like fucking people waiting like 30 to 45 minutes just to ring up a fucking video game or something. Like, some kid was trying to buy like Shining Pearl, the new Pokemon game. Yeah. Another person was just trying to buy like some track phone thing or whatever. Mm-hmm. There was nobody to ring it up for them. I couldn't do it, obviously. I don't work there. I didn't work at the fucking store. I'm not allowed to use the register. And I talked to 6 of those motherfuckers. 6. And none of them knew how to use the register.
No, come on.
None of them knew how to use the register, Dennis. None of them knew how to use it. Like, none of them were allowed to use it. Nobody was in the Target tech section the entire fucking time. Mad people were waiting to just get their shit, and every single Target employee that was in my site couldn't fucking do anything about it. Me, the Nintendo rep, the guy who does not work at the store, is like assuming the responsibility of running this Target tech section. All I'm trying to do is stock some stuff. It was ridiculous, Dennis, because these fucking kids were like talking to me as if I was like a manager all of a sudden. Like, they were walking up to me like with their little devices in their hands that show the inventory and be like, yo, do you know if we have this in stock? And it's like a phone case somewhere or something like that. And I'm like, I don't work here, you jackass. Why are you asking me about your inventory? Yes, I was wearing red, but they know me. They know I don't work at the store. They know I'm just the Nintendo guy. All the other people, they get that shit confused. That happens to me 50 times a day when I'm in a Target, but I still try to help people out as best I can. The only dumb thing is when I get confused for a fucking Target employee when I'm in a Walmart. But fucking special breeds of human beings shop at Walmart. So I'm not all too surprised that they think I work there, even though I look nothing like a fucking Walmart employee. Makes 0 sense. And like Dennis, oh my god, like one of them, like I asked them to even just use their walkie-talkie to like get somebody to like at least ring up the shit for them, and this motherfucker like leaves, comes back with the walkie-talkie, and he tries to hand it to me.
And you're just like, yo, motherfucker, don't give that shit to me.
Like, I
No.
don't work here, you fucking dumbass. It's like literally, it felt like it was everybody's first day there. None of them could find their keys. Like the keys that they could find were broken. Like the unprofessionalism was fucking astounding. The fact that they were putting it on everything on me, the fucking Nintendo rep, to run this Target tech section and are asking me where their inventory is, that tells me fucking everything, man. Like, I knew that the manager that's there, like, ran that shit, but I didn't know he literally was the Target tech section at that place. They fucking fell apart without him. Anybody who's worked, like, retail before has had, like, a bad experience. You could probably relate a little bit to what I'm talking about, but at least you didn't get, like, suddenly treated like a manager when you don't even work at a fucking store. Imagine you're just shopping. You're just shopping in a store one day, and you're waiting forever in line to like purchase like a product or some shit, and then eventually like the employee or whatever comes up to you and they start asking you where shit is. That's basically how it felt. It's like, there's no way you're this stupid, man. There's no way you're this dumb. And I'm only bringing this up, Dennis, because it literally feels like that conversation that we were having about Scorsese has led me to this, because I'm dealing with stupidity that I have not seen in quite some time. My blood pressure was already feeling kind of high, like when I was going before there, but I was even extra stressed before that shit. It was so stupid, Denise. I can't even.
I want to ask you, like, because I know you work at the mall and everything, and plus even the Target, like,
I work in many places.
I know, I know. Like, have you I don't know, what's like the mood among retail workers? Like, because I don't know if you heard, like, there's like that little rumblings through the rumor mill that apparently a lot of retail workers might be just walking off off the premises and shit during Black Friday, and just basically essentially gonna go on strike on essentially the biggest shopping day of the year for the United States. Like, have you talked to any of the workers? Like, have they like kind of expressed any dissatisfaction with like management or whatever?
I mean, I'm pretty sure every retail employee expresses some sort of dissatisfaction with management at some point in their life. But no one's talked to me about that. I mean, the price of my toy that I sell at my kiosk is not dropping for Black Friday. So if people are walking out, I might just run. Because people are going to scream at me and shit, even though it's something that was completely out of my control. But no one's talked to me about a walkout kind of thing. The only walkout that I've heard about recently is the new one that's happening at Blizzard. But I guess we can talk about that in a bit. But no, I haven't heard anything about this, Dennis. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's retail. Less to food service. It's not always the most prestigious of work. I mean, I still think retail is way better than food service. Way better. Because I love my job, frankly. Just got a raise at it, as a matter of fact. And I can work pretty independently at both of my jobs, but I've grown really close with a lot of my coworkers in my other one. Like, my boy Skylar, shout outs to you. He's the co-manager of my kiosk. We run that bitch together. And it's honestly great. I really enjoy myself there. It's like just a good odd job that makes me not want to die. Like, while I pursue like my long-term goals. I don't think people realize how crucial having a day job that you don't want to fucking kill yourself at is worth to you.
Or the manager.
Or the good manager, yeah, because honest to God, it's not what you want to do for the rest of your life. It's not what you're going to do for the rest of your life. But the fact that you don't dread waking up in the morning to go to it, that's worth its weight in gold, man.
Oh, yeah.
It really is, man, because I've had jobs where I, dreaded waking up in the morning, and this one I never do. I really never do. I love my jobs. I really do. I run that bitch. I literally work for a Fortune 500 company now as one of their ambassadors, and the other one, I sell the #1 selling toy on Amazon, which is this dumb little cube that you can boo and do a bunch of shapes, including a puppy.
What was the name of the toy again?
The Shishibo Cube.
Sashibo.
I just told my grandma all about it today, so I'm proud. In Spanish. On Telemundo.
David, if you like spoke Spanish just like a bit better, I'm pretty sure you could have gotten a job at Telemundo fucking easy. They love their white ass like Hispanic people over there.
I do know somebody who works at Telemundo.
Oh, you actually?
Yes.
Family or friend?
Friend of my mom's, actually. It's like my mom's friend's husband.
Oh, does he like a news anchor or is what?
No, I think he's El Camera Man. I think. I don't know.
I love how my whole like bar was set so high. It's like, oh yeah, like news anchor. It's like, no, he's the guy that holds the boom mic. Like it's just like at that same like fucking level. It's like,
Donde está? When will he come back?
I don't know why. Like my expectations are so fucking high. I do that so often now, where it's like,
yeah, they should have been lower for me.
No, it's just like because it should at least be level, you know. It's like,
yeah.
Like it should have at least. I should have said. I feel like, oh, like what is he, like a news anchor? Is he like a vice, like a co-producer? Like is he a producer? Like what? And it's like, oh no, he just handles the camera. And it's like, or it could have, you could have easily also just said like, oh, he's the one that gets people drinks, and it would have had the same fucking vibe, like regardless.
Yeah. I will say though, as far as like those kind of connections go, my great uncle, and you guys can look this up if you want, I guess. I mean, I don't know, this doesn't count as like doxing myself because I'm not revealing anything. My great uncle, God rest his soul, was the former studio sales executive with Universal and Columbia Pictures.
Okay, repeat that position one more time.
He was a Columbia Pictures executive. As in the big kahuna at, like, Columbia Pictures. Yeah.
The Columbia Pictures that everyone knows of is that dumb bitch with the stupid torch.
Yes. My great uncle was in charge of the dumb bitch with the stupid torch. As you so intelligently called her. Yeah. And that man, my great uncle, he worked his way up in that company through the fucking mailroom. That's where he started. Damn. At that place. Yep. He actually lived the great American story that our generation will never experience because of inflation, Dennis.
Yep.
He actually lived that great American story. Was doing night school and everything while he was working there and everything, like to get a job to put his
dude hustled
to just support his family and everything. Straight up through the fucking mailroom. Like that actual like age-old American story.
Fucking A, dude.
Yeah, 2 years ago. God rest his soul, Uncle Mike. Mwah.
Shit's inspiring. Holy shit.
Yeah. He definitely, he was something, to say the least. Definitely, and he was definitely an inspiration in more ways than one, as they say. But yeah, this was on Hollywood Reporter. They wrote him a little obituary a couple of years ago when he died. Yeah, he was 90.
Did you guys go to like the funeral and stuff or no?
Yeah, of course I went to his funeral. He was family. Yeah, I was there.
Did you see did he I don't know if this is appropriate to ask, but it's like when you went to the funeral and everything,
yeah,
you guys went to the funeral home, was there like a lot of like you could tell like they were Hollywood fat cat executives or something?
Oh yeah, Chris Pratt was there. Do you think I'm joking? Because I am.
But the thing is too, easily you could have also not been joking, and I would have probably.
He had been retired for years at that point, though, so I don't know how many people he kept in touch with over there. There might have been some people there, to be honest. I actually don't even really remember. I was like mostly with family, you know, and stuff. Yeah. So I was actually just graduating college at the time. This was in late May of 2019. I was just entering a relationship. I was graduating college, so I guess I had some other stuff on my mind. I didn't think to network with the Columbia Pictures executive. It's probably why I have absolutely zero semblance of success in my life. Because I don't think to network with some of these motherfuckers when I see them.
But also like what, like real talk. What the fuck you gonna say? It's like, oh yeah, like how do you like in my dead great uncle's fucking funeral?
Listen, man, he died. Give me a job.
Yeah, you owe me a job. I'm his great nephew.
I know we just met. And I know he was my great uncle, so he wasn't even my fucking uncle. But give me a job.
And the guy's like, "Oh yeah, of course." You just
of course, yeah.
And they put you on the next Batman movie as director.
I'm Batman.
Like people think like nepotism can't go that far. Oh, it can go that far.
Are you kidding? It absolutely can.
Trust me.
Oh yeah. I mean, where nepotism can go somewhere else, my friend. I mean, you want to talk about this? I don't know. There's probably some nepotism involved in this. I don't want to I'm not an investigator, so obviously I don't know. But Bobby Kotick, if we want to talk about this in like some of the time that we have right here, Activision Blizzard is in the hot seat once again because apparently it has literally been proven that Bobby Kotick not only knew about all the sexual abuse cases happening at his company,
he did it himself.
There were charges against him as well.
So go.
I'm gonna look this up real quick so I can find the actual piece. But
wait, one thing
I forgot. What's up? Go ahead.
Sorry, just one thing I want to ask. At least, is the case separate from the already ongoing one that they have?
It was multiple cases, my friend. I mean, apparently, back in 2017, he literally threatened to have one of his employees killed.
Yo, this guy should fucking just
he kept an executive from being fired after a sexual harassment claim was put out against him. Didn't tell the board of directors against any of that shit either. And now that the board of directors was made quote unquote aware of it, which they probably were before, they completely took his side.
Oh yeah,
like
of course.
they're not doing anything. They have the power to get rid of this guy, but they're not gonna. Like, they're literal cucks, Dennis. These are the same, I'm gonna be real with you all right now. I mean, what's happening is that Activision Blizzard, in case you've been living under a rock, they have mad sexual assault and harassment cases, frat boy, work culture environments against them where women were sexually harassed.
Scumbag-ass company.
To the point where one woman who worked there killed herself because there were nudes that were passed around at the company of her. And, so the board of directors, they're taking his side, dude. Like, they're literally a bunch of Mitch McConnells.
Yeah.
Like, the board of directors of Activision Blizzard are a bunch of Mitch McConnells. They had the power to fucking get rid of this guy, and they didn't because they're fucking afraid of him. Same thing with Mitch McConnell voting about, you remember, like, back in January when, like, him and, like, a bunch of the other fucking Republicans in the Senate essentially voted against the, to impeach Trump the second time.
Yep.
Or whatever, which would have stopped him from being able to run for president again. They literally had the power to delete Donald Trump. But they chose not to because they were afraid they weren't going to get enough votes, and that decision would have came back to bite them in the ass politically. Same thing with all these pricks on the board of directors at this place, man. So, yeah, he knew for years about these sexual misconduct allegations over theirs, man. Since California filed the suit against them in July, there have been 500 internal reports of sexual harassment, assault, and other types of those issues because the state of California was investigating this company and whatnot, right? So, yeah, apparently under Kotick that the game studios were allowed to operate on their own, which created cultures that a spokeswoman told them led to some employees conducting themselves in truly regrettable ways, quote unquote, this says over here. And then all the employees, of course, were just told to keep quiet. Like, it is every single time that you think that the work environment and all the bullshit about Activision Blizzard can't get worse, it gets worse.
It gets 10 times fucking worse.
Every single time. And I think it's going to get worse again. Like, I would honestly not be surprised to find out that they, like, killed a bitch. Or something like that.
Ugh.
Or, like, I would not be surprised to find out if they just, like, took, like, some woman who works there and, like, drank her to death or something. Because they literally forced them to, like, drink at these parties and shit over and stuff. Like, so they could just, you know, fuck them. And, it's so fucking disgusting, man. Like, real shit, they're gonna need to, like, reveal like, 4 more Overwatch characters are gonna have to be gay now, Dennis. This is serious.
Yeah, 2 more else I have to change their names too, you know?
Yeah, like, 2 more are gonna have to change their names as well, my friend. Like,
oh my god.
Like, it's insane. It's fucking insane. I know Activision Blizzard ain't the only company that's had shit like this happen, but, like, holy hell. Like, the CEO of Activision Blizzard threatened to have an employee killed. Why are you still buying Call of Duty? It's not even that good. Vanguard is trash.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm
literally worse than Black Ops 4 Zombies, which we never thought was even fucking possible.
This is separate also from this whole thing with Blizzard, but Halo Infinite won the FPS wars. I'm sorry, guys. Literally, Battlefield sucks ass. Vanguard sucks ass this year. Infinite is free and everyone will be playing it. So there you go. You COD fanboys can go eat your heart out. Fuck yourselves. But
dude, oh my lord.
But going back to obviously Blizzard, I'm still playing Hearthstone. I on occasion still play StarCraft. I on occasion also play not WoW, but Warcraft 3, which is unfortunate because the remake is fucking god awful, and they fucked that up for everybody. But I am never, at least until, I don't know, maybe Blizzard turns a new leaf, but that's gonna take decades. That's a lot of years that you're gonna have to basically do to like get back into at least my good graces. And and I'm nobody, but it's like for a lot of people they're still playing Overwatch because like, well, I mean, I already bought the game, so it's like, but I mean, look, I'm not saying if you play Overwatch you're a terrible person, but it's like this whole thing, like it's so funny too, because like again, like I was planning to get Overwatch 2, but literally after this news came out and like just all of my friends just basically collected, like all my friends who played Overwatch all collectively just said like, yeah, we're not gonna get it. Like it's like
not even good.
Yeah, and at the same time too, it's like, again, if you like Overwatch, like I have nothing against you. You're not a terrible human being or anything like that. It's just, at least, personally for me, and I guess it's just like a thing of honor. Like I don't know. Like it's just like I don't want to be giving a company like that business. Like it's really just like a thing of like principles and morals for me, I guess, like when it comes to Blizzard, because like I'm not gonna stop playing at least the Blizzard games that I already have. And I mean, I guess no one really gives a fuck either way. Like if I do, like I don't think anyone's gonna be like, oh, because you play StarCraft 2 and Hearthstone, it's like you're a terrible person. Like I don't think anyone's really gonna say that. But at the very least, like giving them any further business at this point also sends, I think, a better message than anything else really to a company, because obviously a company runs on one language, which is money.
Yeah. And
bad press is bad press, but if that bad press also leads to a lowering of sales and also just basically them losing money,
their stocks are dropping.
And their stocks are dropping, which also tells which is kind of at least letting me know that these investors that are, and these are probably, I'm assuming they're not exactly like the majority shareholders or whatever, but at the very least, I'm imagining that at least that board of investors and the people within it are thinking like this is a sinking ship kind of at the moment. Like it's not fully sunk yet, but it's a sinking ship, and I want to get the fuck out of it like as soon as I can. So they're gonna
the employees. I mean,
and here's the thing though too. Like I don't know. Like, do you think the employees would like their chances would be hurt if they tried to go anywhere else, knowing that their new employers like are seeing their resumes and seeing like, oh, you came from Blizzard, and it's like if you're a dude, it's like, like
I mean, it might make them look good, like knowing that like, hey, we hired somebody who like was like or were whistleblowers or whatever from Activision. You're like, oh, like you hate fucking Activision? Yeah, we do too. Like, we'll hire you back. I mean, dude, Phil Spencer was very outspoken against them as well. Xbox even and PlayStation as well. Like, they're even like threatening. Like, they're straight up like telling Blizzard, get your fucking shit together. Like,
you're off our platform.
Pull your games off our fucking platforms. Yeah, and the thing is like it's just so, Bobby Kotick literally has like private jets, man. Like the guy's fucking like retardedly rich. Like the thing with Activision Blizzard is that it's not even just like COD or whatever in World of Warcraft, Overwatch, and all the obvious ones and stuff. They also own Candy Crush.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, Farm Heroes, Pet Rescue, all those fucking like mobile games. Yeah. Which, before I continue here, I'm just going to say that everybody who says that NFTs are the future of finance, huge mobile is the future of gaming energy. Exact same energy that fucking statement perpetuates out. But that's a whole different topic. But yeah, I just don't understand the fucking sheer, like, cuckery that is involved from the board of directors. Like, here, I'm going to read you their statement, right? Blizzard board remains committed to the goal of making Activision Blizzard the most welcoming and inclusive company in the industry. Fuck yourself. Under Bobby Kotick's leadership, the company is already implementing industry-leading changes, including a zero-tolerance harassment policy, a dedication to achieving significant increases to the percentages of women and non-binary people in our workforce, and significant internal and external investments to accelerate opportunities for diverse talent. The board remains confident that Bobby Kotick appropriately addressed workplace issues brought to his attention. They are literally saying, we have a zero-tolerance harassment policy, just not for him. Someone wrote this, Dennis. Someone wrote this, and they don't realize the sheer contradictory nature in that one fucking paragraph. I just... it's not even a matter of like the good PR or whatever, like HR sticking out for their company. It's like someone wrote that and you didn't fucking realize like the sheer contradictory nature of that statement. How did you not realize that? My nuts are so deflated.
Maybe you should go work on Scorsese's. It seems a bit neglected.
Yeah, maybe I should suck him off a little more, because evidently I haven't seen enough of his movies. Learn how to be a real man, unlike this fucking Bobby Kotick prick. Have you ever heard? A tiny dick is something that you see, Dennis. Mm-hmm. But I just know that man like has like a fucking micro penis. I can hear it. It's like not even the same sense. It's like I can hear this man's penis. I can hear it in my ears. It's like reaching out to me, like, help me.
David, the penis whisperer.
I like just get on there like fucking like what's his name? The guy from the Dog Whisperer. Caesar Milan. Oh, I just get out there like Caesar Milan, like, yeah, this is a very irritated penis. We need to elevate this penis by making him confident. We need to flatter him up with very expensive fancy cars and private jets.
And, women. All those things. But it's like, he also has a penis that, if it gets erect, it's like, half an inch. Erect.
See, you don't want to rule this penis, you dominate it. You dominate this penis.
Does he actually sound like that Hispanic, though? Like,
I'm just doing the impression of the fucking impression of him from the South Park episode. That being said, I mean, he does have an accent. Like, I mean,
okay, I didn't know that, because I only seen the show a couple times. I don't remember what his accent sounds like. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, literally, it's like, and I'm also gonna say one thing right here. Like, you're the dumbest motherfucker in the world if you still somehow, some way think Nintendo is a worse company than Blizzard. Like, literally
Nintendo is bad.
Oh my god, yo, how did we not talk about that at all? That was big news this week. The fucking Panda Global circuit that they're doing. Nintendo's literally running a competitive Smash circuit now.
Wait, hold on.
How the fuck did we not talk about? What time is it? Do we still have time for this?
I think we can save it.
Okay. I think we have time if we shut the fuck up about Blizzard right now.
Okay, so basically, closing thoughts on Blizzard.
Fuck Blizzard.
Yeah, basically. Okay, go on. Before this gets any fucking longer. Yeah, go on.
Okay. I'll pull this up real quick. So, and obviously I'm taking this shit with a grain of salt. Mm-hmm. Nintendo of America recently announced.
America, guys. Remember that?
Yeah, this was on Nintendo of America too, yeah. That they are officially running a competitive Smash circuit for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Super Smash Bros. Melee. Yeah, for Melee as well. to North America in 2022 in partnership with Panda Global.
And who is Panda Global?
Panda Global is, they call themselves the world's premier solo esports team. They are a major esports organization on par with, like, you know, Liquid and Cloud9 and CLG and whatnot. Like, then there are a lot of sponsored Smash players. I actually have friends that are sponsored by Panda Global for other reasons. Like, my buddy Jut. Like, if you're a Smash player listening to this, you probably have heard of Jut. He does a lot of social media stuff with Panda Global. The guy literally gets paid to make memes. Yeah, they picked up him a while back and whatnot, and power to him. They sponsor a bunch of other Smash players like Esam and Plup, and Wadi is another one. Mars is another one on there. Like, they are the esports organization that is, without a doubt, the most involved in Smash Brothers, bar none. Like, bar fucking none. Like, they are the most involved in Smash. And here's the Nintendo tweet, says, confirmed. Ready your A-game, Super Smash Bros. Competitors. We've partnered with Panda Global to launch the first officially licensed Super Smash Bros. Championship circuit in North America, coming 2022.
Okay, I have questions now.
That's a real tweet that I'm reading right here.
I have questions. TJ,
what's your question?
Mr. Riverall, I have a question. No, I'm literally raising my hand right now.
Yes, the long-legged Asian, leather jacket in the back.
Oh, cool! You made me look a lot cooler than I actually am. I'm actually in my boxers, guys. But
I pictured you as like the fucking that like degenerate in the back, like school is for chumps, and you're just like flipping a butterfly knife in like the back of the classroom,
like Bender from fucking Breakfast Club.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, I don't know why that was the first thing that came to mind. I mean, I doubt you would like raise your hand and even ask a question.
Oh, dude,
if that was the case.
I wish I was that cool in school. But okay, so question. What is the? Because I'm always curious, not about your community, but just at least what your guys' reactions are to shit like this.
Oh yeah.
What is the reaction right now across the board?
Mixed.
Okay. ¿Por qué?
Yeah. There's Well, there's some people that are making fun of, like, Hugs and Crimson Blur because, like, they went off on this whole thing on a caster named Vicky Kitty for, like, doing, like, officially sponsored, like, Nintendo events. They're like, oh, you're a sellout, you betrayed the scene, this and that. And he got fucking dragged on Twitter for that. And, I thought, if anything, it was a shitty thing to do. I mean, he issued an apology for it, which I'm glad he did, to be honest. I mean, like, you...
Wait, so what was it that he did wrong, though, exactly?
He just, like, was, like, fucking, like, trying to, like, publicly, like, roast her and shit for, like, doing jobs with Nintendo as if she's not a professional, like, caster, and that other people wouldn't take those same opportunities if they had them.
Yeah, or that she had bills to pay, like, any
exactly, yeah. Like, you're gonna stay here and make literally no money like the rest of us. Like, that's basically what that tweet was. It was one of immense ignorance and pride.
Okay.
And so, like, there are some people making, like, who are just tweeting, like, oh, yeah, like, EE tweets, like, I'm ready to continue being a scab. Like, with, like a smiley face on it, like, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to commentate this tournament, because I think Hugs or Blur called them, like, scabs or some shit like that. I don't even remember. But, yeah, it's mixed. Some people are immediately, like, jumping on the train, which I think is very naive. If I'm being frank, I think that's incredibly fucking naive. A lot of casters are just like, oh, pick me. If you need a caster for the circuit, I'd be happy to help. And then they tweet vouch below it as if it fucking does anything. And I tweeted, I literally work for Nintendo. Please let me commentate this.
As I knew you would. And if you said you wouldn't want them to let you know, I'd call you a fucking liar right away.
I would be a fucking liar. I straight up, yeah, I'm not even gonna, I won't lie to you on that. And a lot of people are like, love to see it. Then you have some other people who are just like, God, this is like an abusive relationship. You're like that woman that just keeps coming back even after he beats her, blah, blah, blah. And I think that's kind of cringe to compare it to actual fucking, like, domestic violence. But some people are like, I'm wary of this. Which I am too. But I'm just not so emotionally invested in this just because I feel like I'm entitled to have a job just because, like, I like to commentate Smash Brothers. You know what I mean? Like, I'm more realistic about it in that kind of sense. If this is fucking real, then, I mean, if this doesn't wind up going tits up, which, I mean, part of my gut tells me it will in some way or another.
At the very least, there is a possibility it could. There always is.
Yeah, not even necessarily because of Nintendo. But, I mean, if I could somehow weasel my way into that, that'd be dope. Actually having money involved in this is something that would motivate me to come out of my quote-unquote retirement from Smash commentary, because it just wouldn't be something that's just eating up my free time anymore. You know what I mean? With all due respect, Smash Brothers is a glorified internship. I'm 25 years old. I got bills to pay. You know what I mean? I don't want to work for free anymore. Sorry.
No,
And
like
I know,
those
like,
days are over. Yeah.
Yeah, those days are over for me. Like, if you're young, it's different. Like, you shouldn't be doing Smash casting for the money because it's not where the money's at. But if this is real and it becomes where the money's at, there's a cool ploy. Sign me up again.
It could also be a career path for a lot of people too. Because I mean,
Yeah,
if you're working that closely with Nintendo, perhaps it could lead to other things. I'm only just saying it as like primarily just like as a job description type of like, I guess, point of view. And at the very least, like some of my thoughts on it, I guess, is I'm like wondering now, like, why did Nintendo change their tune about that whole about the competitive scene in Smash? Because at the very least, they've made it. Again, I'm saying as an observer. I was gonna preface this by saying I'm not part of your guys' community. I think your community is fucking stupid a lot of times. But and I say that
some of us would agree.
And I say that fucking stupid with no level of affection at all. Say it. But I always just like, yeah, like they made it pretty clear from the very beginning too that like at the very least, like we don't want our game to be competitive or something. And it went from that to like, you know, we don't want you guys to be playing this anywhere. Like, or at the very least, like we don't sanction these events or whatever. They're not officially Nintendo, whatever.
To add on to your point very quickly, Nintendo has not only done that, they've actively shut down Smash tournaments in the past. You know, they famously shut down the Big House during COVID last year because they were using Slippy, which is an online rollback netcode way to play Melee with fucking pristine connection. And they're like, oh, but it's an emulator, blah, blah, blah. And then they pulled it back or whatever, and there you go. Yeah. Not to mention the fact that like when they were doing like testings and stuff like that, like demos at E3 for Ultimate, they literally like were pushing people who were talking about Melee away from that space. Like they were like former Nintendo reps or whoever who don't work for the company anymore who whistle blew this last year. That they were literally trying to get rid of people who were talking about Melee because they were scared it was going to drive away like, you know, attention to that game. Like, they've done some shitty things. I'm not gonna lie to you. Who knows?
Not Blizzard levels of shitty, again. You know?
Again, like, yeah, sorry. If you think it's fucking comparable, like, that you feel like you're not making money off of, like, your hobby, and you feel like you're entitled to make money off of your hobby is the same thing as fucking driving a woman to the brink of suicide.
You're a bit of a fucking moron.
I implore you to please, like, take a tiny bit of grass outside and touch it, and then try to talk to a girl. There might be one walking around outside your house somewhere. Just say hi. You know, just like, you know, try to get to, like, to pet her dog if she's got a dog. It could be a good, like, talking point for you because you've clearly never even smelled a woman in your life.
So it's definitely not comparable, but at the same time, though, yeah, like Nintendo has had its whole.
It's cautious optimism. That's what that's what some people are doing. Some people are all in. Some people are immediately on the fuck Nintendo train. We're gonna be grassroots forever. 80 years old, playing Melee in the nursing homes. Broke as shit, still living with my mom. It's like fucking. Was that fucking like Well, it's like fucking Psycho. I'm still living with my mom, even though that bitch is dead. Like, I'm out here playing Melee, got arthritis in the fingers. Like, there are some people who are just so stupid and, like, don't realize that the only way for the community to go up is with, like, some type of corporate support.
But again, you know, it also depends, though. Like, I think everyone has a right to be skeptical. And that's it. You have a right to be skeptical.
I'm skeptical.
I know, but that's what I'm saying, though. Like, you have a right to be skeptical, but, like, at the very least, like, don't turn that skepticism into, like, anger. It's just, that's fucking stupid. Like, there's no point in that, to even do that, to begin with. I think, though, at the very least, like, coming in from an outsider, too, like, this is, like, for games that have competitive scenes, it's, like, it's, if the corporate support that they give to these events is the best kind, and I don't know how to put that into exact terms, but I think if anyone have seen the League of Legends and Dota and even fucking Overwatch events, and those are obviously officially licensed, I believe, like by the companies that made those games, you can see what it could produce. And especially at the very least, like, you know, I'm the only time that I've seen a Smash event, and again, as an outsider, have seen it get the kind of like crowds that I guess you'd see at Dota or League of Legends tournaments, was I believe at EVO many years ago. And I don't know if that's as big as it ever got as far as like being in the center stage and like the huge crowds and in the audience, but fucking League of Legends has sold out Madison Square Garden.
Mm.
And can you imagine too that a Smash tournament, like this is just bouncing off some of the possibilities, and who knows, like think how far like Nintendo of America, because at the very least, this also tells me that if Nintendo of America are the ones that are giving this thing its blessing, and guys, we're gonna wrap this up just for a little bit. If Nintendo of America has given their blessing to this whole thing and basically said like we are going to support it, that still means that Nintendo of Japan said we don't want to have anything to do with this, so let's just give it to our American branch, because that's obviously, I guess, where they believe like the competitive scene is much bigger than obviously
this is a North American circuit. That is specifically what the tweet said.
So it's strictly just going to be a North American event. It's going to be, strictly speaking, a North American only tournament player base. I mean, maybe like I think I remember some events definitely had a couple of kids from Japan like straight up like come to America to compete. So I mean, it could happen. Like, you may see a couple of Japanese players like, and I will even go on to say that like some of those Japanese players like actually made me terrified, low key, like seeing them play. Like, I forgot his name, but it was a fairly young kid that I remember. That he. I don't know if he dominated, but like just the way he played just was like another fucking level.
Zachary?
It might have been, because I remember it was him and a couple
like
of
young
guys.
15-year-old kid. Like
yeah.
That's Zachary. That's Zachary.
Yeah, and so because I almost feel as if the only way that, let's say, something like this could truly take off is if not only Nintendo of America gives its support, and the best type of support. Like, again, the support akin to the one that we've seen from Riot and Blizzard and a few others that give their games in terms of their competitive scene. But I think it's definitely going to take Nintendo of Japan's president to either step down or he dies and like a new guy comes take his place, that we may see a bit of a bit of a shift in the direction from Nintendo of Japan, because that's the true Nintendo. Nintendo of America barely matters as far as like the grand scope of things, because Nintendo of Japan is like the parent company. Like, they are like the guys that basically call the shots. These are the guys that Nintendo of America calls and asks, oh, hey, and get the permission. Is it okay if we could do this? Because Nintendo of America, despite where they're located, they still reflect on Nintendo as a whole. And for the Japanese, company image is everything. And if Nintendo of America fucks up, then they also fuck up too. Like, just by extension. So it makes,
I don't know, man. Go ahead.
So in conclusion, like, I'm just thinking that at least, like, I think it's perfectly fine that people are cautiously optimistic. I think it's perfectly fine if you are optimistic, like, just generally, and there's not really too much caution behind your optimism. But I also kind of do agree with a lot of people in the sense that, like, why they're skeptical as far as this whole event and the potential maybe future events after this. Because if this does do well, and if this does make them money, maybe fucking Nintendo of Japan might change their tune if they see how many people fucking came out to these events. Because and if it does well enough, maybe Nintendo of Japan will support it more so in the long term, because everyone knows, at least right now, Nintendo of America is all, I mean, every company is like, what the fuck am I saying? Like, every company is about, like, at the end of the day, their bottom line is money. So again, if this event does make money, then they're going to be throwing more money into it, into thinking that, oh, it's going to make us more money.
I literally just got a phone message from, like, one of the marketing ambassadors of Nintendo. Apparently, like, apparently she wants to speak to me.
Ooh.
Okay.
Is she cute?
No, she's an older lady.
So she's.
I actually don't know what she looks like, if I'm being honest. I'm just saying we're talking about this. It's just the sheer irony of that going in. Yeah.
So those are my closing thoughts.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents as an outsider. If not
low key, I would love to talk about this more. If we could maybe we could talk about it next week, because there's one other thing we didn't talk about, and that's multiverses. That's the new Warner Brothers fucking cartoon network.
Oh yes.
Like, we didn't talk about that either. I was in a weird headspace when we started this. I was feeling kind of off. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we could like segue both those topics together for next week, I suppose. But closing thoughts here as we wrap up. TLDR, if this is legit, then that's dope. Honestly, like, you can say whatever the fuck you want about me, but that honestly would low-key be enough motivation for me to want to commentate Smash again, because it would feel like less of a waste of time. And, not saying it is a waste of time, like, it's just different strokes for different folks.
But yeah, you're at a different point in your life compared to a lot of other people.
Exactly. There's younger people who are, like, on the come-up as casters and whatnot who want to commentate every event, get their name out there. That's not useless at all. Like, other people know you now. You gain, like, a presence on social media. And then, you know, bing, bang, boom, like, you'll be able to eventually get a job somewhere else. But this makes it seem a little more worthwhile. If it's legit, then that's great. Mm-hmm. But I will also say that I'm not as emotionally invested in this as, like, some other people are, who other people seem to be. Some people just put all their eggs into one basket despite all the weird shit Nintendo's done about it. Some people just blindly trust all these esports companies like Panda, which I fucking don't. I don't blindly trust these companies at all. They've also done shady shit, trust me. But if this winds up going tits up, I'm just gonna laugh. I mean that. Like, I'm honest to God just gonna laugh. I'm not gonna take it personally like so many people seem to. I'm not gonna even, like, cry about it. I'm literally just going to look at my phone and fucking laugh. That's literally all that's gonna happen. Because, I don't know. Unlike a lot of, like, you know, stupid people, Smash isn't the only thing, you know, I got going on in my life. So,
yeah.
I implore you to do something else with it and not put all your eggs into Smash baskets. Like, I remember, like, I remember, like, some young people even saying that they were even considering dropping out of school to focus on it full time, and you're just dumb.
Unless you got some godly hands, I don't know. But
even if you do got some godly hands, dude, you still can't make a living doing that shit. You gotta be like a fucking content creator or whatever. But we're already going long enough as it is. My voice is sore. I'm hungry as fuck. And
same.
I gotta get going. So when next time that my voice isn't sore, or if you like the sound of my voice while it is sore, you can purchase it for rent. Right here on Fiverr. You can purchase me as a voice actor for whatever your project is, commercial, promo, character, even if it's just a YouTube project, whatever. I'd like to get my foot wet in any possible way that I can. I work for cheap, offer some additional services on there, such as audio editing and whatnot, and also transcribing your copy, among many other things, including non-copyrighted music into your project or royalty-free music, among other things, including the rights to the project and all that kind of stuff for commercial use, all that good stuff. You can check that out on my Fiverr profile. I actually gotta update my demo reel soon, because I've been learning some new stuff about my reels that make them kind of garbage. I gotta make them not garbage. But if you do like what you hear and you don't think it's garbage for whatever reason, you can check out me on Fiverr. Hire me as a voice actor for your project. Denise. The links,
guys, you can find us on, obviously, Instagram. You can find us also on, I was about to say Facebook again. I'm going to keep doing that till I fucking die, apparently. Not Facebook. You can find us also on Twitter under twitter.com/doubledpod. We also have our Spotify, Google Podcasts, YouTube link, obviously, is if you guys are already on YouTube and you watch Nintoonist on the channel. So you can just be subscribed to that if you are a new listener. Anchor, Breaker, Pocket Cast, and also Radio Public. And guys, thank you again for a wonderful episode, and thank you for hearing us ramble for fucking hour and a half, basically. And for all of you guys, this is probably going to be aired the day of or maybe the day after Thanksgiving. So we just want to say, at the very least, happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Make sure to
Happy
spend
Black
it with your
Friday.
Happy Black, and well, I mean, I'm not gonna be on Black Friday, so that's what I'm not say.
Yeah.
And don't be that fucking idiot. You don't need that TV. All right, just stay home. All right, will you?
Don't get ran over, please.
Yeah,
it's not worth it.
Or like have the door collapse on you and have people step on your fucking body. Like just like don't fucking do it. All right.
Yeah, don't be a Travis Scott.
And on that note, also just make sure to spend time if you guys are close with your family. Make sure to spend a lot of time with them. You know, this Thanksgiving. We weren't able to really. I don't know if people were able to celebrate Thanksgiving also last year. I mean, I think people who didn't give a fuck about the pandemic probably did. But if you weren't able to last year, this is your time to make up for it and make sure to make it like a Thanksgiving to remember and all that. So, guys, at the very least, because everyone again after Thanksgiving, it's gonna be Christmas season. And very least, just enjoy the holidays, guys. Like,
Feliz Navidad.
it's not fucking Christmas, you fucking mook.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
I want to stick this in your anus. Da, 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 da,
Da,
da.
na, na, na.
I want to wish you Merry Christmas.
Let it go.
All right, guys, that's it for today. And again, happy Thanksgiving.
It hurts so much. I want to die.
David, wish them a happy Thanksgiving.
But
Stop.
I do it for a while.
Wish the audience a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. If you don't like turkey like I don't, make something else. It doesn't have to be turkey.
Get
just
ham.
because
It's the
it doesn't-
superior Thanksgiving meat.
It doesn't have to be turkey just because a bunch of white settlers brought it to like the brown people who like lived on that island and then killed them immediately afterwards. All right?
I'm having pasta.
You don't have to eat turkey. Yeah,
having
fuck yeah, that
pasta.
sounds great. Have some sushi.
Yeah.
Go for
it. All right, but guys, bye.
Thanksgiving is about racism. Bye.
Racism's cool, bro.
Uh,
Only if it's equal
Facts.
to everybody.
Dave Chappelle.
Black people.